we fight?
When we fight,
we win!
when we fight,
We win!
one more. When we fight,
We win!
go.
We are celebrating the announcement of a major victory for Seattle's Uber drivers with a $3.4 million settlement over alleged violations of Seattle's gig worker paid sick and safe time ordinance. Today, $3.4 million in the pockets of Seattle's essential workers. Let's give ourselves a round of applause.
From an investigation initiated by these workers here. $3.4 million going on the tables of hardworking families across Seattle. That's an economic stimulator. That's good for everyone. It's good for the health of workers and the health of our local economy, and it was led by these workers here. Give it up, $3.4 million. Today we celebrate this win, and we also show that when we listen to workers' voices, when we hear and heed their call for action, when we act with urgency to seek justice, we win.
Today is a day where we are clawing back the wages of these hard-working essential workers during the pandemic back into the pockets of their families. I am so happy to be here with all of these amazing organizing powerhouses standing behind me today. Together with the King County Labor Council, with UFCW Local 21, I see SEIU Local 6 back here, who's about to embark on their negotiations. Well, now every city across this country continues to call us to say, how did you do it? How come it was important? I'll tell you from my experience working at the state level. When I was with the Washington State Labor Council, AFL-CIO, we'd constantly go to labor and industries and talk about violations that were occurring in various sectors, and they'd tell us, quite literally, we only have 2 investigators in the field for this state. We only have half a dozen in the state at a time. Over the last 8 years when I worked at the Washington State Labor Council, we would hear how few investigators they have. This is why it's important that the city of Seattle, the largest city in this state, have a specific office dedicated to investigating violations.
This is Papa Jawara. I'm an immigrant from Mali. I'm an Uber driver. I've been Uber driver for 7 years now, since 2014. Then during the pandemic time, the time was tough for me. Then suddenly my wife got sick. She got pain in her stomach. We went to hospital. The doctor required surgery right away. Then I take a 3 day off to help my wife, and then I claim for sick pay and Uber. This 3 days I never get paid for that.
Drivers have been working tirelessly in the pandemic, and most of the drivers try to get sick time. They're not getting it. They don't have no voice. But with the effort of our leaders, city council, mayors, and the driver union, the drivers' voice has been heard today, and drivers are going to get their money back in their pocket. So it really feels good.
We'll be at the airport lot today, starting at 5:30, sharing the news with so many other drivers who are going to be happy to learn about this victory. So feel free to come on out 5:30 today at the airport lot.
It's a big day for the drivers. The Seattle Office of Labor announced largest settlement agreement in history. Those who been driving in a full time getting 1 day of the highest amount they used to receive, and also those been driving for part-time getting in a part-time job settlement. There is 2,329 drivers getting a higher payment, including a settlement of a claim for a back wages, interest, equity, damage, and civil penalties. Saying every driver should join. The unity is the only thing that we can become a strong organization, a strong people fighting for their right, standing for their right, and also getting a fairly every single and then. Thank you very much, Runta News. We appreciate coming to us here, and this is what we want to send the message to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Please make sure to share, like, and subscribe to Runta News channel on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.